everybody. Welcome back to our Outlander weekly live stream.
Woo! We're already on episode 10.
Yeah, and it's not the last one.
It's not the last one.
Recently.
Hi, Winston.
So, Winston wants to be in this.
Oh, the baby. Come on. He watched it too. So this is called The Deep Heart's Core. And it opens on stuff.
Basically, a very intense scene with Jamie and Brianna where she telling him about how she was she still thinks it's her fault, basically.
Yeah, and she didn't fight hard enough.
Yeah, she keeps saying, like, I didn't fight hard enough. I should have tried harder. And he's like, no, it's not your fault. And she's like, no, I
thought it was kind of cool what he did to prove it to her. He's like, you're right. Yeah, it was your fault. Or you probably liked it, didn't you? You probably wanted it. That's probably why you did it.
It seems really terrible at first.
And she's like, what the hell? And then she goes to attack him, and he, like, pins her down and holds her. And it's like, can you get out? Can you get out? Fight harder. Fight harder.
Yeah.
And it kind of shows her, like, no, you really couldn't have gotten out of this. I liked the way he did that. It was very harsh, but it's very Jamie.
But it's very Jamie. It's very just, like, direct. And, you know, because sometimes words aren't enough. Sometimes just telling someone it's not their fault is not enough. Like, they have to actually feel
and
like,
she needed that in that moment, like, for sure. And he kind of told her, she asked him, did you fight harder when you were with Randall? And he goes, no, I agreed not to save your mother's life. And she's like, well, I want to kill this guy. How did you not go kill him? Like, I thought you killed him. And he's like, yeah, I did kill Randall. But do you want to become a killer?
Right.
And she's like, well, did it make you feel better? And he's like, yes.
Sort of, to an extent, yeah. I mean, I think it was very confusing because at that point he didn't really care anymore. He just was, like, ready to die because he was, like, lying on that field at Culloden.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of a different circumstance, but still, yeah, like he had been wanting to kill Randall, as we know, for quite a while.
And meanwhile, Roger is being, like, slaved away, like, treading along with the Native Americans and this other guy that they have, like, another slave that they had basically bought.
Yeah.
And
because we find out it halfway into the episode, basically, that Ian, remember at the end of last episode when Jamie says, like, you know, take his body away, like, don't kill him, but I don't want to see him again. And so Ian's decision is to sell him
for, like, a necklace to some Mohawk Indians. And he
basically explains, like, you know, they're known for being tough but fair. So they're not going to kill him. They're going to use him in some way.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll get to that in a bit.
He tells them, like, he tells his little, like, slave partner, his companion, that he's, like, counting the days that it's taking them to get wherever they're going because he wants to know how many days he needs to travel to get back when he finally, like, escapes. And the guy's just like, ha ha ha, you have no idea how long it's going to take or where we're going. We're going really far. And then the next morning, that guy's, like, dead.
Yeah, they drag him
away.
So
he was probably died of starvation, thirst, and just exhaustion. Yeah. So that's not a good sign for him.
No.
And Claire is telling Brianna that she can perform an abortion if she wants, and that it's her decision, but she has to choose now because if she chooses to keep the baby and she wants to go back to her time, she has to do it now while she's pregnant because she doesn't know if a baby would be able to travel through the stones with her. But she knows that she traveled through there when she was pregnant with Brianna, so that can be done. And Brianna doesn't really know what to do. That's a huge decision that she has to make very soon.
Because she basically says, if I'm going to do the abortion, it has to be surgery, and it's going to be painful.
It is going to be painful.
So that does not sound very fun.
And then they find out that Jamie actually beat up and sent away Roger.
Yeah.
And Bree becomes a bitch. And starts blaming everyone.
Yeah.
And slapping the shit out of people.
And we
punching people in the face.
And we have to keep in mind that she is pregnant, so that might be part of what's fueling a lot of this. But
because
she's pretty darn angry. And she throws a whole
She slaps everyone.
Yeah. And poor Claire is just watching, like, her daughter beat up the love of her life. And it's just like, well, this is great.
Oh my God. And you know what? Like, he was trying to defend your honor. Like, he messed up, but, like, get over it.
His intentions were good. Yeah, his intentions, like, he was given the wrong information. Like, if anyone, you should be madder at Lizzie. But even her, like, she also did what she thought. You know, she had the wrong information.
And, you know, Lizzie tried to connect with Bree about, who did this to you? What did they do? And Brianna shut her out.
Yeah.
So
which I know is a common thing after going.
But you can't be that mad at somebody for not giving them the information they were asking for, and they are trying to help you. Like, she tries to do so much on her own, and it's biting her in the butt, and she's getting mad at other people for that.
Yeah, it seems like she does not trust people, and I'm guessing a lot of it has to do with the fact that, like, you know, she found out for so many years her mom had been lying to her about her parentage.
But it doesn't change the intentions.
No, it doesn't. But I think, like, just to kind of understand her a little more, that's...
I felt really bad for Brie last episode, and this episode, I'm not on Team Brie. I'm just like, oh my God, lady.
I'm hoping she redeems herself and realizes that she's acting a little crazy.
Yeah, and she does decide to keep the baby.
Yeah. She basically tells her mom, like, there's a possibility.
There's a chance that it's Roger's, which is very confusing because when she was raped, Lizzie said, oh, I could tell she was a virgin because she was bleeding. Mm-hmm. But if there's a chance that it's Roger's, how far did she actually go with Roger? I didn't think that they actually went all the way, but apparently they did if there's a chance that it's Roger's baby.
Yeah, so we're a little confused on that, if anyone has some clarification.
Yeah, please let us know in the comments what you think of all that. But she's keeping it just because there's a chance that it is Roger.
Yeah. And she said, basically, if it's not, I'll love him anyway. And I have a feeling
Roger will, too.
Yeah, I have a feeling this is going to come back and bite her later, but we'll see.
And then they decide, so everyone but Brianna is going to go to look for Roger. Mm-hmm. And even though Claire doesn't want to, she wants to help birth the baby of her grandchild. Yeah. She's basically forced by her daughter to leave. And
because Brianna basically, like, you know, pulls her aside and says, I don't trust Jamie and Ian based on what they just did.
Claire does. Yeah. And if you trust Claire, you should trust them.
Right. But she does not. She does not trust anybody now.
But she does say that, like, if Roger just saw them, he wouldn't want to be found. He would probably try to run from them.
Yeah, which is a good point.
If he sees Claire, it's more of a chance he'll get rescued. And so Murtaugh offers to take Brianna to Aunt Jocasta's.
Yeah.
And
River Run.
Jamie and Brianna do not leave on a good note.
No, he tries. He's been trying, like, this entire episode to kind of make it up to her, and then
he does sort of, like, judge her in a way, like, or think that she was lying to him about like who she slept with, and he, you know, it's when he was confused about, like, oh, you told me that you loved Roger. Why'd you tell me that you were raped by him? And she's like, there were two different men. So he just jumped to conclusions real quick, and their relationship is not good right now.
No, it's not. I mean, he's very confused because all he wants to do is protect his daughter. And it's very hard when he doesn't have all the information.
Yes.
Oh, and he does make what I'm afraid is going to be a bad judgment again. After all this stuff that Brianna got mad at him for, then he pulls Murtaugh aside before they all leave and basically says, I want you, after you take Brianna to River Run, I want you to go back to Wilmington, find Stephen Bonnet and bring him to me in secret.
I want to kill him myself.
Yeah, and it's just like,
that is the worst idea ever. But we need the drama. So yes, Outlander, add more.
Yeah, but it's just like, Jamie, like, you just, the entire episode, your daughter was screaming at you about your judgment.
The thing is, it's like, Jamie and Brianna are too similar. They're gonna butt heads because they're both the same person. They both want what they think is right, and whoever's gonna get in their way, they're gonna fight it. And they're going to do what they think is right, no matter what anybody else tells them to do. So
that's true.
I think they were destined to sort of butt heads because they're both very similar. And then Brie and Murtaugh do arrive at River Run, and Jocasta remembers Murtaugh, and she's very welcoming of Brie.
Yeah, which surprised me because I know that she and Jamie didn't leave on the best terms.
Yeah, which makes me like her more.
Yeah.
You know, and like Brie less, but that's okay. But Roger escapes.
So that was pretty.
He like fakes falling down a hill, and then like it looks like it hurts a lot, but the rope is around his wrist, and he slips out of it. Probably the blood like helped him.
I'm sure it did hurt. Like I think those were real screams. But he, you know, it was worth it.
And what does he find in the woods?
Oh.
The buzzing sound and a circle.
Oh my God. Not a circle, just a single stone.
But there was like a circle around it when you zoomed out. There was like landmarks that made it a circle.
That's true.
And there was the buzzing sound. And then his hand is like about to go to the stone.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to because he stands there for a minute like looking at it and starts crying. And I'm just like, and for me.
I think he's really torn.
Yeah, because for me that told me that he was like, oh my God, I can't believe I found this now of all times when I'm like, you know, this is the moment where I'm supposed to go back and find
But who blames him? He's just had a hell of a time. Wasn't very welcoming of Brie's father. He doesn't know why. And he doesn't even know if Brie wants him back. And
He's
just been through hell. I would want to go home too.
Yeah, I could see
But I don't think he's going to.
I don't think so either. Yeah, because that would ruin the whole fun, of the show.
Yes, it would. They need the drama. They're going to keep him around. And then on the next time on, we see that Billy Boyd is on the next episode.
My God, I cannot say how excited I am. I love Billy Boyd so much.
She's a big fan.
I met him, and he was the nicest guy ever. And yes, I love him so much. So
he's a hobbit.
He's a hobbit.
And Murtaugh finds Bonnet, which I'm excited about, because that's going to bring the real drama.
I can see, I feel like Bonnet's going to manipulate him, because that's what he's good at.
That's what he's going to try to do anyways. We'll see if Murtaugh is smart enough to outsmart the trickster.
So, to be honest.
We'll see. I'm excited. How many more episodes are left of this show?
I think it's 3.
3 episodes left. They're going to wrap it all up very quickly, I feel. A lot of shit's going to go down in these last 2 episodes, so make sure you're watching.
Yeah, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and keep in mind,
all of them.
But just keep in mind again that we have not read the books. We don't actually know what's going to happen.
All of our theories are based off of just the show,
so try not to spoil anything for us if you do know what's going to happen.
Make sure to give this video a big like if you like Outlander, and make sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Because if you just subscribe, you don't get notified. You have to hit that bell. Every time we go live, you get a notification. Every time we upload a video, you get a notification.
Exactly. Yeah, and keep watching we have a lot of reaction videos coming up and other parody ideas. So make sure you're watching. Yeah.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Say bye, Winston.
Bye.